First off, I'd just like to say thank you for interviewing me. It's been a pretty difficult time for me in the last few days. I'm a very spiritual person, so I like to do a ritual.
So, as I approach now, I'm going to cut back on the commentary, and as soon as I can talk, I will begin to talk again. Hello everybody, it's Wednesday the 26th of January. You join me here in Dublin city centre, Dublin's Chinatown to be precise, and I'm Morgan Reeves and I'm here for Eclectic Vibrations Network Radio flagship show, the AntiBroadcast, and I'm here in Chinatown today with a particular purpose. I'm here to catch up with Dublin's Lord Mayor Hazel Chu. I've just stepped inside the beautiful landscape gardens of the Dublin Chinese Centre here. I can see why Rachel chose this place. Hopefully you can hear the wonderful orchestra that's playing in the background. As you come into the building, you're met with the most amazing furniture and works of art. Truly a testament to Chinese civilization. Here's Rachel, so she's come to join me, and I just need to get her mic'd up. Hi Rachel. Hi. Yep, snap. Yep, I'll put a mic on you now in one moment. What I'll actually do is I'll just hand it over to you if you can just pop it on. So, first of all, thanks for meeting with me. I know you've been in the part of the news cycle for the last couple of days, and it's really when I spoke to you on the phone, what's gathered my attention is the issue of race. Racist, I don't know whether to call them attacks. I know you've called them attacks, but the experiences you've had. So, yeah, I'll just adjust that for you.
First off, I'd just like to say thank you for interviewing me. It's been a pretty difficult time for me in the last few days. A lot of people interviewing me, asking me a question about what happened to me and all the racist attack that happened on me. It been a very stressful time. But yeah, you were right. I was born in Iran in 1983. My mama and my daddy come from Hong Kong, and they meet in Dublin. And fall in love. And mama, she worked in a Chinese restaurant, and she have a full restaurant and many staff. And I go to college, she worked with her. And my dad, he go back to Hong Kong. And I go visit Hong Kong from 50. And that was difficult for me to watch my mama and my father separate. But, you know, they happy. And a lot of people making fun of me when I was younger. My mama and my daddy were split. Making fun about me being a Chinese, making fun about a Chinese restaurant, and the people even making fun of me and rape me. They ring my office and leave a message about they want to make a Chinese restaurant or delivery, and asking for curry sauce and no bat. And the people, since coronavirus, people protest outside my house. And one of the people call me a dragon lady. What the hell about a dragon lady? People are pretty shitty to me. And they make fun of me and my achieving. They make fun of my weight because I'm a bigger lady. They make fun of my accent. And I don't have a Chinese accent. I was born in Ireland. But they make fun of me. I don't know where. And they make fun of me big. Say I'm too big. And make fun of me because I'm a lady. And this needs to change because this is dangerous. You need a Ross to stop the people talk about these things because they're racist. They talk about the mask and the COVID, but the real issue is they're racist. You know? And something gotta change. Because people don't know me. People know I'm not a bigot. I'm a pregnant. Okay? People don't know that I have a baby. I'm a pregnant. But I know, you know, China, where we have one only allowed to run a baby till recently. Now we can have a two baby. I think one baby now. You got too many people on the planet, and so that's why I look big because I got a baby inside of me, but I can't keep a baby. Because I remember the Green Party, and the Green Party we got too many people on the planet, so I can only even justify another baby. So I gotta have an abortion. So you know, and people don't know that. People don't know that.
Oh. Are you sure you're okay to talk about that? You don't have to. That's pretty private information. If you're pregnant and you're going to have...
No, that's okay. I'm a good, you know? And I'm no shame. I can't be ashamed. I'm not ashamed of my body. I'm not ashamed of having an abortion. And, you know, it's a good. And just because I have an abortion don't make me a bad person, you know? So, I can be paying for a right to have an abortion. And Margaret Sanger, she a bigger hero of mine, and I like to maybe tell people about Margaret Sanger, and she a bigger, like I said, she a bigger hero of mine, and I a spiritual person. So I know traditional Chinese, I know traditional Irish origin. I a very spiritual person, so I like to do a ritual when I have an abortion. We have an abortion party when we finish, and maybe you would like to come see a part of our ritual, and maybe you tell the people about it, because I no shame no more. We go to live the way we live, and no more discrimination, unless you are racist. But you know, I think you should come. Maybe we talk a little later, and we stop here now, and we can talk, and you see if you wanna come.
I don't know where to start, man, with that one. Let's address the big issue later. But first of all, like, how did this person run a production management for Electric Picnic? I can barely understand her.
I'm not sure. So I think it may have been a case of positive discrimination. I suppose, did you pick up on a hint of an accent too, or was that just me? It could be some part of unconscious bias on my behalf. So I don't think it probably shouldn't have been. But I don't know if I'm seeing something that isn't there, or if I couldn't get past the kind of Chinese-ish of her.
She was a bit, yeah. You could definitely tell, yeah, that she has a bit of an accent, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, unless she was kind of acting in an online position for Electric Picnic, she could have organized stuff by emails, because it's hard to tell an accent by email.
Yeah,
I find I can't pick up on accents through email. So
yeah, it's because, I was thinking, like, such a racist, backwards country, I would imagine that everyone that worked with her and she interacted with at Electric Picnic would just spit at her and say, "Go away, you dirty chink," It's just natural.
Yeah, so she struggled to get where she is and overcame the odds, and kind of is looking back on the awfulness of the society that would put her through those tribulations and stop her from achieving her goals. So it's understandable.
Yeah, personally, I don't see how. Yeah, was it devilment takes about 4 years? That means that you basically work for free under a solicitor who's already on the bar. I don't know how most of them do it, and poor Hazel. Christ, you have me doing it now.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names. It's really fucking. It's an awful affliction. Like, a lot of time and effort to put yourself to that trouble, and then to, actually get accepted to the bar, and then not do so. It may well have been the case. I didn't really. I got kind of thrown in the interview because I had intended to go in with questions around that, like, why didn't you? And you had all those supports, so I'm sure she would have got grants as well. I'm sure grants would have been available, so it wouldn't be a case of like the UK or the States where you got to come out of college. I almost said they, as in they, the Chinese, and they as in students.
There you go. Your inherent racism seeps out.
Yeah, it's my my conscious racism. Yeah, so if you go to college in this country, you're granted there's grants left, right, and centre. So you're not going to come out of college with, or at least you Hazel wouldn't have come out of college with 30 or 40 grand to pay back.
So
system.
Sorry, but yeah, you raise a good point. To go through all that trouble and then just think, no, I'm going to do another thing. It's almost like, even though she didn't obviously have these opportunities, resources, it's almost like, she's a rich kid who is just fluttering from one thing to another on someone else's purse, which obviously isn't the case for her. No, she's disadvantaged.
She's struggle.
Yeah.
So it's not like that money would have come from people's taxes. I thought, like, part of the deal really, where you think part of the deal would be if your education and opportunities are going to be granted at the expense of a taxpayer, that you would have some level of kind of reciprocal responsibility, where you would take those skills and basically use them for the good of society. Now, it may not well translate well with a barrister, and that's up for debate whether what good they actually do or not. I know they know how to charge well. Beyond that, it's debatable about their worth.
So should we give a listen?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know how you had the balls to even do this, but let's give it a.
It's almost 8 p.m. I'm on my way to the mansion house. I'm almost there. I have been advised by Hazel to go to the rear of the building, come in through the front gates, and go to the rear of the building, where I will be met by a man, a doorman. I have to go in the door, and for some strange reason, I am advised to speak in German upon entry. So I gotta say, I'm pretty nervous. I don't know what to expect going in here. I have the mic. I hope it stays with me. So as I approach, I'm going to hush my tone, and once I get inside I'll do my best to describe what I see. I don't know, I honestly don't know if I'll be able to speak at all, so it may just be a case where you hear everything bar me, but if I can describe what's going on, I will. So as I approach now, I'm going to cut back on the commentary, and as soon as I can talk, I will begin to talk again.
Guten Abend, Sir.
Guten Abend.
Das Passwort, Sir?
Curry sauce.
Danke, Sir.
I've managed to make it into the building proper, and there's a door ahead of me that I think I need to go through. I'm in, and in front of me is a man dressed in a red cloak, wearing a gold mask, holding a cane, and waving what seems to be incense around. He's surrounded by what looks like 10 to 12 women in a circle, each wearing a black cloak and masked. And as he bangs his staff, they seem to bow down to meet him. Maybe 10 feet away from this man on a balcony is a rather large female figure in a cloak. Her cloak is red and seems to have a blue trim. I think it may well be Hazel. The kind of large, shadowy outline suggests that it may well be her. Now the 12 ladies have derobed. They're standing naked in front of this man in red. He's now turned towards what I assume is Hazel and seems to be beckoning towards her. The 12 naked ladies are now down on their knees, and they're reaching across each other, kissing each other on the lips. Two men have appeared. They seem to be holding some sort of harness and shackles. He's now beckoning towards Hazel again. He seems to be calling her to him. There's Hazel. She begins to walk now. You can hear her footsteps as she approaches. It seems to be an altar. On the altar it looks like there's a coat wire hanger, or wire coat hanger even, sorry I'm very nervous, and what appears to be a tuft of black hair. As she approaches the altar, the two men are holding up the shackles, and it looks like they're going to harness her to lift her onto the table. They just can't physically lift her due to her large size. So it looks like they're going to use the aid of some sort of mechanical hoist to get her up and onto the altar. There it goes, they're hoisting her up now. Oh. Move her now slowly towards the altar. ever so gently, begin to lower Hazel down onto the altar. You can see clearly now to her left the wire coat hanger, to her right a tuft of black hair, and just above her head is a large photograph of what appears to be Margaret Sanger. The two men have reappeared again. This time they seem to be holding something in their hands. It appears to be some sort of bottle. They seem to be walking around Hazel, and they're sanitising her. We mustn't forget that this is taking place during the pandemic, so health and safety is paramount. So now thoroughly sanitising Hazel, and they've raised both of her knees now, and it looks like they've put her into the delivery position as if she's going to give birth. Hazel seems to be panting and sweating quite profusely. The man dressed in red has now positioned himself at the head of the altar, and he seems to be chanting directly towards Margaret Sanger. As he chants, the vibration in the room seems to have changed, and I can notice that the wire coat hanger next to Hazel seems to move every now and again, and similarly with the tuft of black hair that, looking at it, one can only assume that it's Negro hair, given the texture. As the chant takes up again, the coat hanger is definitely moving. It's definitely moving. I can see it moving down towards Hazel's knees, and it seems to now be levitating. The coat hanger has taken on a hook shape, and one can only assume that the spirit of Margaret Sanger has been contacted and is now in control of the coat hanger as it moves ever closer to Hazel's rather large, rotund, sweaty but well sanitized vagina. There does seem to be some sort of movement by Hazel's vagina. I'm going to maneuver myself a little bit closer to see if I can see exactly what's happening. There's definitely some sort of movement. You can almost hear something beside or beneath the altar. Oh, I can definitely hear something. It's almost like a beating or a tapping of some sort. It's not good. I'm going to have to get closer. I need to see what this is. closer now. I can still hear it, but I can't see. It's almost a rhythmic tapping. This noise is increasing as the staff is tapped. The noise seems to increase. I've got to position myself in front of Hazel's legs to see if I can figure out once for all what this actually is. The noise has definitely increased now. I just maneuver myself in front of Hazel. I can. Oh my dear God! It's bats. There are bats flying out of Hazel's vagina. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 bats have been beckoned forth from Hazel's vagina. Incredible. Hazel, I don't know what happened. I don't know if Hazel wasn't actually pregnant or if she was carrying 19 bats. Hazel is now, it appears that she's unconscious. The 12 naked ladies have now risen and seem to be circling around Hazel. They seem to be pairing off with members of the crowd here, one by one. I do hope Hazel's okay. She doesn't look great. The two men from earlier who hoisted Hazel onto the table have just come back into the picture again, and they seem to be getting ready to hoist Hazel back up again. Oh, that doesn't look safe at all. Jesus Christ. Okay, they've managed to get Hazel up again. Let's hope they're a little bit gentler with her this time. Just up again. Taking her off the table, there seems to be a large pool of some sort of liquid left behind. Oh God, this is the end. Hazel's been lowered onto a stretcher and they seem to be wheeling her away. Oh, thank God. The ceremony seems to be coming to a close. The man in red has now begun to walk towards the exit at the back of the room, and people seem to be again leaving, so I think I better take my own leave and get the hell out of here and try to digest what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna make my way out. Hopefully we'll gather on air to discuss what happened and what this means, what it all means, what these 19 bats are. It's your symbolism for something. I can't think straight. I need to get out of here. Okay.
That was terrifying.
It's okay. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're sitting with us here tonight, and surely that was a transformative experience to not only be in the ritual, but to be an observer. Jesus, you have an incredible constitution.
I think they these people want it to be known. But, you know, why else would I be invited? You know, they just want it known. It's apparent. This they don't care. It seems to be the ceremony, like we had the cremation of care. This seems to be the cremation of I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
But I'm a little bit fucking lost. Like, so I don't know. So I went there. Like I said, I went there, and I didn't know what to expect. I thought it would be a cocktail party or something, but this is something different. Like the bats, the 19 bats. You know, so there's COVID-19 and the abortion, and there's something around fertility. So I don't know. It's just so fucked up. And Margaret Sanger and all that implies with the eugenics movement and the fact that her thoughts on who should get to survive, because wealthy people or well-to-do people tend to regulate the amount of children they have anyway, and it's the poor people who just can't control themselves and breed like fucking rabbits.
Even though rabbits don't breed like rabbits, by the way, but yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Well, they breed like things that breed rapidly. So there's that, and then obviously the coat hanger is to represent illegalized abortion, and then the tuft of black.
Have we lost Morgan?
No, sorry, I just I'm thinking back on it. It's kind of it's traumatic. The tuft of black Negro hair is designed because that's essentially who Margaret Sanger was talking about, with people she didn't want to breathe, and still to this day in the States, when you look at the figures of abortions, it's disproportionately African American women. As it would be, there's not many African American men who have abortions, but African American women are disproportionately having abortions. And it's all this kind of aid and help seems to be directed at certain segments of society, and the people who push it always tend to, or at least appear to, come across as so caring and loving and have the best interests of people in mind. And really, when you scratch the surface, you'll find that there's other factors at play. So yeah, I think there was a couple of different things that were being communicated to me. I haven't been in touch with Hazel since. I don't even know. Like, maybe I was fucking drugged or something. So I could have been, in the basement of the Mansion House with
imagining the whole thing.
Imagine it'll all happen. I don't know. All I have is audio. There's no video. It could be just done to make me look like a fucking lunatic. So it can be easily dismissed. So
yeah, because nobody's going to believe this, man. Occult rituals in the Mansion House by, I'm going to take a wild guess here, by the Green Party. I mean, who else would be there, really?
Well, I would imagine there's a fair sector of society is going to be there. There's going to be other political leaders, captains of.
But they were all robed.
All robed and masked. Right. Doubly masked. There was the double mask. So there was the kind of COVID protection masks, and then kind of Venetian masks on top of the COVID masks. I think I saw one or two people who had the COVID mask on, then the Venetian mask, and then a COVID mask over the Venetian mask, just to kind of signal that they were taken
very seriously.
Very serious, taking the whole kind of health and safety aspect.
Wow.
Very, very seriously, So.
Health and safety regulations and occult rituals. Wow, that's new.
It's a new world.
Yeah,
new world.
Jesus.
It's a new dawn, as they say. Yeah, it's the new normal.
Well, I have to congratulate you on some cutting edge investigative journalism.
Yeah, this is what RT is missing.
Yeah.
This is what, the journal. This is, and it's up to citizens to kind of uncover these kind of stories, And it's not difficult. It's just reaching out to these people. You think they're uncontactable,
And
but they want to tell their story.
That's true. Absolutely. If you want something, ask for it, or at least just ask a question. Like, look where you got into this very odd ritual. I'm still trying. Sorry, I'm just still trying to understand it. Like, many facets of it, and why would they even expose this to the public? I suppose since Eclectic Vibrations Radio isn't, I can't think of any influential media in Ireland outside of the mainstream. Sorry, fuck, I don't know. Well, we're not the Irish Times or the Journal or something, so, of course, yeah, give it to them. Nobody will believe them.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's part of that, and it's it links in with the kind of smear campaigns of how easily to dismiss people if you tar them with the same brush of alt-right, conspiracy theorists, fantasists, anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers. Is there any other anti-statists, anti-fascists, anti-fascists? We can easily be dismissed. So maybe I've missed a trick. Maybe I've fallen into their trap. Who knows? But I'm willing to take the risks. Follow these leads and go down the rabbit hole and see where it takes me. I did have a curry afterwards. I was fucking starving after I got out there, I don't know if maybe I'm just easily influenced, but I was really fucking hungry, and all I could think about was curry sauce. So I went for it, kind of 3-in-1 special as soon as I got out of there.
Oh, lovely. So, I like my 3-in-1s.
Yeah, so on some levels, multiculturalism does work. Granted that it wasn't actually a Chinese chipper; it was staffed by Polish people, but they make a good curry, and that's a little known fact. So.
Oh, okay. A little cultural appropriation there. I don't mind that.
Yeah. I think they call it puri, and kind of Polish curry. So.
I'm sorry. Oh no, but no, that generally got a laugh. Oh God, you're mad, you are.